Welcome, Dr. Pedram. We are so glad to have you here. For next couple of minutes, we are eagerly waiting for your valuable insights. Can we just get started and dive into the questions?
Yeah, first of all, yes, good day, and my pleasure to be here and also answer any question that, in that case, is interested to share with others about entrepreneurship and my experience in this field.
All right, all right. So, just diving into more of the insights. So, what was the pivotal moment in your career that has significantly shaped your perspective across life sciences, entrepreneurship, and agriculture? And it has influenced your approach in creating a meaningful societal impact. Can you
Yeah.
share a bit about it? Yeah.
Sure. First of all, I was very young. I decided to go in the life science, and because it was always fascinating me, that biology, biotechnology, enzymes. I had a very interesting experience. There was a very old book from 1922, micro hunters, and that was maybe the point that I decided to come in this field. So. And yeah, I go through the journey. You can see it in my bios and also in my profile how I perform that. And the moment that I find out that it's important to find the moment that in that case is during my PhD, I recognized that there is a gap between science, technology, and industry and business. And this is not matching well together. Even there are technology transfer offices in universities, but the right advisory and the right consultancy for that was not given because I saw the result, and the result was poor. So in this case, I decide to establish my company during my PhD, not after, and without any funding. I didn't just apply for funding and get money or stuff. No, I just registered a company and I said, I am, first of all, in that case, a one-man show and go ahead because my mission was to close the gap and for sure also to generate for my company business and also have references and grow organic. I'm a organic grower, not a vertical grower fan. So that was the moment that I find out to establish my company Ensim as an one-man entrepreneur with my own finance, by the way. I get a credit of 5,000 euros from the Commerzbank in Germany, but that was a liability credit. So I have to pay it back if my company was not successful. So you see that also it is not always that you need really a big funding, you need really staff to go because the living reference is I am 25 years now working in my company Ensim and still there.
That's very inspiring, Dr. Pedro. So, looks like you come from a research background and you have started your entrepreneurship journey while doing the research as well, right? So, how did you develop these practical solutions that address real world challenges, especially agriculture, sustainability, or life sciences, or any other discipline that you might have done the research on?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My background is biotechnology. I made my PhD in enzyme technology. So that was already innovative in my time. In my time, by the way, it was even not a biotechnology institute. There was a biology institute integrated in biotechnology. So in that case, that was really, really pioneer that we work on biotechnology. Now it is self-understanding that it's all everywhere a biotechnology institute there. So coming back to your case, this concrete case is first of all, I think there are two very important points. One was I integrate the technology science to the business and to the industrial application and let me say a structure. And with this, because that was something that you have to first to build and you have to first to understand. And the second point, network.
Right.
So I start to to build a network because NSYM is a network. We are still few people, and are freelance and I myself. But everybody say, how you do these projects? I don't mind just big or small. Let's say 70, more than 70 countries, more than 200 projects. How you manage that with just, we are not this only few people. We are a big network. We have machinery supplier, technology supplier, QA/QC laboratories. I have freelance engineers. I have also customer for example, oh yeah, so transport, raw material, and also even finished product. So we pilot plants. So we this is a long journey to build a network, but it's not saying that I build a big network and then earn money. No, I start with a small network, with a small integration, starting also smaller project in my reference field for sure, compromising by price, compromising by time, and all this. And maybe not the biggest companies came to us first. So we had some family driver companies, some small, even SMEs came to us, or some small jobs by bigger companies. So just particular, can you, for example, adapt or optimize this process with us? So give you a
Right.
small example. There was a Chinese company for milk production. They said, can you just adapting a lactose-free by enzyme delactonizations process step for us? That was the third biggest milk producer in China, but we done a very particular small project for them. Just a
Right.
five-digit number, US dollar, but that
Right.
was so. And with this kind of business, we grow our network and we grow our integration to that what we are now today.
Right. So start small and grow big. That's your thing, I
Yeah.
guess.
And
Yeah.
again, organic. Never mind if somebody is a vertical. We talk about vertical economy, we talk about unicorns, but frankly speaking, again, absolutely is a right to have that. Is this opportunity or chance or maybe luck? And
Right.
I appreciate that and I am very happy for them. But I understand that if that's happened, it needs a very, very strong management, leadership, and let me say network or structure to keep it. Because what we are facing is always vertically or unicorns are going too fast, too big, and that's also with the human nature a bit together, make not a long-term business. That's my
Right.
imagination. They are mainly there, and after some time, they are whatever happened, they are not anymore there. I don't know. I don't know, just few maybe or no unicorn or vertical company in my field. I can just talk about it. I know in IT or AI or whatever, there's another story. But I talk about biotechnology. I don't know anyone that is still there like us 25 years in the same structure, just grow. They are
Right.
all bankrupt or sold out or takeover or not now another doing something completely else. So that's a very important case that I think at the end of the day, an organic grow and expansion is a more solid one in this field.
Right. Right. And since you're dealing with the multidisciplinary domains kind of a thing, so what is your approach in making that critical decisions? Because what you said is absolutely right, that some of the companies, they tend to, grow very fast, but then they're like nowhere after a couple of years or so, right?
Yeah.
So it is also about making a critical decisions and going strategically. And you've been in the industry for past 25 years, which is amazing. So how did you manage to make that kind of a decision making process?
First of all, yeah, you should believe in what you do. That's very important, but you should not hunting a fairy tale or a fata morgana. Means it should be a light in the tunnel. That's very important because even if you don't see a light in the tunnel, if I make a workshop for entrepreneurs, say after 3 years, if you still not see a light, you should stop and do something else. So you need the light, but you should believe and trust in what you are doing, in your capability, competence. and expertise, and the experience will come with that. So important point for my is you're in a, my topic of my entrepreneurship is a survival as SME in the business jungle. And the business jungle is that they are coming to you and doesn't believe. They say, you are too small, you have no experience, you have the, and why can we? Or they are very hesitant in the technology you're offering or the work you want to do, or maybe also a very unconventional way to solve a problem. So if you see the problem and they are seeking for the problem solving, then you should have also your own dignity. And you should have also not only money driver. So don't make just compromise because they offer you something. If you have to say no, then it's a no. And if you lose it, then it is the case. It's very painful to lose, and you're seeking for profit, you're seeking for money, you're seeking for funding. But I learned in my life dignity and staying on, not insisting on something. No, but if you have fact and figures, if you have very rational cases, if you have the experience before that, for that, it needs to recognize, it needs to understand and to respect, because you are the guy as a consultant or an expert or a specialist that they came to you to solve something. So if this trust is not there, I can tell you from my 25 years experience, this project will never happen accomplished, because in the early phase or in between, it will damage somehow. So management chemistry, uh, understanding the case well from both directions, and also trusting in the expertise and in the capability that you are offering, for sure, with a reasonable price. You should not, say I am the master of universe and you have to pay me unlimited for this and that. That will not never work. So then you are dreaming. So you should have
Right.
it on a techno-financial level that both sides can be convinced to work together. And then it's also accomplished very well. And even if not accomplished well, no, not all projects are going ending by success. So, but even if the project failed, both sides have the right understanding to say, yes, we tried together and it is not working, and not just find a guiltiness to somebody.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we tend to see a lot of newer things coming into the market, be it emerging discoveries or technologies or innovation. So, what is it that excites you the most for shaping more sustainable and resilient future? And what recommendations do you give to the future founders, regardless of in any industry?
Let's see, we are working in biotechnology and bioscience, okay? And you see outside, just go outside in India, in Europe, in everywhere. What is at the moment the most problem we have? We have problem with, we have no circular economy. We have just a consuming economy. We have a very, very profit driver economy. I don't say we should be NGOs, no, but it's absolutely profit driver economy. So, and you see the climate change. We humans using and consuming at the moment and not care about the consequences that we have. Okay. I am not coming here to say, but I am also a business person and we are pragmatic also in that way. But we need to start to think circular. We need to start to find new innovation, because just saving or deleting something, and humans will not go back in their lifestyle and in their consumption. No, that's my this is my beliefness. All this saving that we are talking about will not work like that. It's just cosmetic, political, and economical cosmetic. We need innovation. We need circularity. We should circular what we are consuming back somehow with technology, with innovation, on an environment friendly way. That's very, because the environment also, you see that, you are suffering in India with the temperature. You are suffering in India also with water. We suffer in Europe now with water. We suffer with Europe also with temperature. So there is something going wrong. And we need to saving resources, but also generating the consumption. And so keep the consumption also. For example, just a small example, we need to use waste for doing valuable product. What we are doing, for example, in Karmic company in UAE, where I am CSO for that. And or in Enzyme, we are developing new biotechnological process that we can in that way also replacing the old chemical. processes and make it more efficient with less equipment, less parameters for heating and energy and water. So this will help us to keep the lifestyle or even to grow up more because humans growing in their life, but saving also where we are living on. This is a one ball. We are living all on the ball. And this is also, if it's suffering and it will not stopping, then is done. So for me, important environment saving, circularity, using waste, and finding alternative small case. For example, while catching of fish and seafood, in this
Right.
way, we go and we need to make very important, sustainable circular aquaculture. I don't mind with antibiotic and all this feeding and all this pollution because then we are destroying the environment for our consumption. No, it needs to be hand in hand. We need to regulate our consumption to the environment using new technology. And that will be, for my opinion, the solution for the next century if the humans wants to, let's say, living still on a good level or and growing in their social and economical welfare, but are also saving the planet.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, looking at everything that you've contributed different across different fields, what is the legacy that you hope to leave, and how do you want to inspire the next generation of researchers, innovators, entrepreneurs, and change makers who follow?
Yeah, so as a one-man warrior in my field, but I'm not alone in that case. I grow with my business also in a bigger team. You see that we also working now in other companies coming and try to say, hey, come, you should be CSO here, you should be advisor there, you should also run with NSIM your case. The legacy is already for me the 25 years I'm working, I'm still there. So it means something is good, something is listening, something is working. And
Right,
I have two messages for both sides. The entrepreneurs, they must be brave. They must take the time, not just thinking about the profit and how many money I can make, which car I am driving, and which house I will buy. No, this is coming. Nobody should suffer on business. So, the profit and also the better life will come if you believe in your innovation, if you believe in your business, and if you believe in the technology that you're providing. That's my message. And it needs a bit time. It needs also to be smart and also braveness and, please, very important, dignity. I will
right,
never lose the dignity in front of any multi-million guys or companies or governments or whatever. That's important because also this is a point that you need not to sacrifice that. And to the big companies, they need really to change their mindset on the profit, not just only make profit, profit, profit. How can I satisfy my shareholder? How can I satisfy just only my bank or my government? No, they should satisfy the nation. They should satisfy the environment. They should satisfy the consumers for better product, innovative product, better process, innovative process, and better management. We can I can tell you one thing in the 25 years, two-thirds of the projects that failed was not the project, it was the wrong management.
right,
And one-third was only because of wrong process or wrong project or whatever it was. So two-thirds was a wrong management decisions, management opinions, or mindset that is damaged human nature again, is everything. You know what I mean with human nature. So in that case, many facts came together, and the project was failed, and that's very sad because at the end the project was a benefit for the economy, for the social, and also for the government, or even for the profit. But it failed because of this case. So that is my legacy, and that is my message to the both directions, the industry and business and entrepreneurs, that would be my opinion, the future, if you want to still living well on this planet in the best way and even also grow.
right. Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful. That those were amazing insights. Thank you so much for,
You're welcome.
sparing some time and giving all those examples and metaphors and how the future leaders should be or future founders should be. So that's amazing. Thank you so much for taking out your time, and wish all the future founders, whoever is going to watch your podcast soon, should be able to just come back and have one more session with you, I guess. Yeah.
Very well. Thank you very much for the opportunity and the time that I should also share my experience, my message with everybody else here. And please, anytime, feel free to come back to me if there is any case that we can talk, discuss, cooperate, or just know each other. I prefer always a personal case, drink a tea or coffee together somewhere and sitting and debate. But also online is not an issue. I'm available by email and WhatsApp anytime. Please come back to me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're
Have a
welcome.
great
Have a
day.
good day. Bye.
Yeah, sure.
Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.